Tekking Twist! Sup? Hey everybody, Tekking here. Got a bit of a news update for you guys today. Not some great news, unfortunately, if you're a Dragon Ball Super fan. If you aren't a Dragon Ball Super fan, you're like, yes! It's finally over! It can finally die! But I would assume most people, hey, I thought it was very popular. It was on in a lot of countries, the English dub, I thought Dragon Ball Super was fairly popular, and that might lead to it possibly returning in some form, not Dragon Ball Super specifically, but the Dragon Ball franchise coming back in some other rendition. But from the news that we're aware of so far, yesterday is when it first broke, and I saw the article on Facebook. It was Dragon Ball Super anime going on hiatus, and I was like, oh, okay, hiatus, well, the Universe Survival arc is wrapping up, so it makes sense, after the arc is over, they're gonna go on a little break and come back, whatever. And I was going to make a video about it then, but then I saw that it was kind of debatable what was going on, actually. Is it over, or is it just going on hiatus? Because hiatus implies that it is definitely going to come back. Hiatus implies that it's like, okay, we know what we're going to do with it later, it's just we're taking a break right now for any number of reasons. And so I was like, alright, I'm seeing two sides here, like, no, it's just going on hiatus, like, no, it's over, get over it. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to back up here and just see where this goes, but it's been about a day. A lot of websites have updated their stuff. I just saw an article on Kotaku earlier. Comicbook.com also did one, and there's all over the place, and plenty of people made videos about it and all that stuff. From what I'm understanding right now, from where it is right now, yes, the Dragon Ball Super anime, in terms of like just the name, Dragon Ball Super, that is ending in March, at episode 131. That'll be the last episode. We're on episode 123, I think we just did. So we have less than 10 episodes left. If you're familiar with the way the story is right now, that's pretty much about, the right amount of episodes to wrap up the Universe Survival arc, and that'll be it. And, this kind of came out of nowhere for me. I know a lot of people might have seen the writing on the wall for a while now, like this was going to be the last arc, or you really couldn't take it anywhere beyond this. I was kind of hoping there'd be another arc after the Universe Survival arc, but, this news came as a surprise to me personally. This video, what I was originally going to do today, I was finally going to answer the question about Earth-chan's bra size, do an in-depth look. I did a lot of research on that, but I'm going to scrap that. I think this is just a tad more important here. We're still getting a movie, the 20th movie in the franchise. That's coming out this December, I believe. So some people believe it's, taking the staff off the anime to focus on the movie. But of course, Dragon Ball has gone through many different anime series throughout the years. I mean, we had Dragon Ball, the original series, we had Dragon Ball Z, we had Dragon Ball GT, and now we have Dragon Ball Super. So the idea that this particular story is ending and it might come back one day in a different form, entirely possible, not completely, out there. It might be gone for a little while. Don't think it's gonna pop right back up after Super ends, but, don't think that it's gone for good and we're just never gonna see these characters again. But let's assume that is the case. Let's just say worst case scenario, we're still gonna get the movie no matter what, but let's say, the Super anime ends in March, and it's being replaced by Kitaro. I have no idea what that is. Apparently it's a big deal. It's like the 50th anniversary thing. I've never heard of it, so okay, but that's the story, is that this Kitaro anime is replacing, is in the same time slot as Dragon Ball Super, and, the Dragon Ball Super, I believe Fuji TV announced, like, any future projects are TBA, or to be announced, so they don't really know what's happening yet. Certainly not like a hiatus. It's more of just it's over, it's done. But let's say that was it. Let's say the Dragon Ball Super ends, we get the movie in December, but then after that, no more Dragon Ball content. Hey, look, I enjoyed this ride. I really did. This ride that started all the way back in 2013 with Battle of Gods, and then Resurrection F, and then the Dragon Ball Super anime, the Dragon Ball Super manga, which I'm enjoying. I love this ride because you gotta remember, before Battle of Gods, we had, like, nothing. Throughout, like, the entire, beginning to the 2000s, we really had nothing in terms of Dragon Ball content at all. We got an OVA every now and then, but for the most part, that was it. We didn't really get much of anything. And it was so cool, the revival that this franchise saw. Now, people have brought up money. People have brought up, it's like, well, this franchise, Dragon Ball Super was doing really good in terms of money and everything. I believe from the last year, it was down from when it originally started. Dragon Ball Super anime began in 2015. So maybe like from the last year, 2017, it was beginning to see a dip. I certainly still see it, being profitable. I haven't looked at the statistics, so I'm just making a hazard of a guess there. But I would assume that Dragon Ball is still a profitable franchise. That's why I personally feel it is going to come back in another shape or form in some way. There is going to be another anime. But let's just say it's over. I would be fine with that. I mean, I wouldn't be happy about it, but it'd be like, you know what? At least we got something, because I was into Dragon Ball when I was like, just becoming like a teenager. That's probably when I got into it. It was on TV before that, but I really started getting into it when I was like 11, 12, 13 years old, when I was going into, middle school and everything. I really enjoyed it. But then after I finished with the Buu Saga, after I watched all the movies, that was like, well, that's it. And then throughout the entire, 2000s, it was like nothing. And then all of a sudden, Battle of Gods comes out. We get to see these characters again and the new anime. And I was really enjoying it. I love doing the reviews of it, which, by the way, I will make certain to get the reviews, because I've been skipping a few weeks, depending on if I have time or whatever. But yeah, I will try my damnedest to get the remaining reviews out, as soon as possible when the episode is released, the remaining 8 episodes. As for the actual story of Super, how it's going to end, the way I'm looking at it now, considering we only have 8 episodes left, is going to be rather cookie cutter-esque. And a lot of people saw that coming. I think we're going to get some separate fights with, here's the fight with Dispo, here's the fight with Topo, and then, of course, ending with the big climactic showdown with Jiren, probably Goku and Vegeta teaming up to take on Jiren full throttle. And it's going to be a great fight. I have no doubt there that it's going to be a really epic fight there. And we might even see, like, because it's usually like, okay, you have Goku that took out Frieza. Well, Trunks really took out Frieza, but, like, Goku takes out Frieza, and then it was Gohan that took out Cell, and then Goku takes out Buu at the end. It would be cool to see, like, Vegeta and Goku teaming up, and then, pulling their power together to take out Jiren, or knock him off the side or whatever. Not actually kill him, of course. But that would be cool if we had that. And then, Super Dragon Balls, and I really wish they wouldn't do just like, we wish that Universe 6 comes back or whatever, and that's it. But we only have like 8 episodes left, guys, so I don't think they're going to do anything too clever with this. It's probably going to be something along that line. It might be something like that. Might not be something like all the universes come back, but it's probably going to be like Universe 6 revival, something very simple like that. What about the ending that's set up at the end of Dragon Ball Z, with Oob and them going to the tournament and then, Goku flying off into the distance with Oob? I think I read an article a while back that stated that the ending of Super is not necessarily going to coincide with the ending of Z. And there's still quite a time gap here. We're still like 5 years out from like the ending of Z from where we're at right now in Super. So it's entirely possible. Like, we have time to work with here. So if Dragon Ball Super wants to end right at the tail end of, like, okay, here's the end of the Tournament of Power, Super Shenron comes out, we wish Universe 6 comes back, and then like everybody smiles at the camera like, ah, see everybody. If that's how it ends, we could have another anime later on, Dragon Ball Super Deluxe Uber EX or whatever, and it could continue the story. We would still have time. Or, it could kind of do a thing that's like, maybe we could do like a redone version of GT where it takes place after the events of the end of Z, so after Oob and everything. Maybe like, let's say there is a new anime, maybe the first episode could recap the events of the ending of Z, Goku meeting Oob and everything like that, and then it's actually seeing what happens afterwards, but not in the GT kind of way. Maybe something like that. But I certainly enjoyed this ride with the movies and the upcoming movie we're going to get. I'm sure that'll be a good one, and the Super anime. I know it had kind of a rocky start, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the future Trunks arc is just getting started on American television with the English dub, so I'm looking forward to that. The manga is still really enjoyable to read. Even if this is the last, year of Dragon Ball that we're going to get stuff from it. I'm not exactly 100% happy with that, but I guess I'm privileged to have enjoyed it and taken this ride with all of you. So, thanks for watching, everybody. I really don't have much more to say about this that hasn't already been said. If there's any big news about this in the future, I'll make a video about that. Like, Fuji TV comes out. By the way, it's not actually ending. It's coming back, and here's the date. Like, but I doubt that's not going to go down. I highly doubt that. But thanks for watching, everybody. This will be Tekking, signing out. Later, everyone.